Good morning, Sally and Lisa. Thank you very much for coming along. What we're going to do today is we're just going to have a bit of a chat with regards to the visitor inviting clinics, and Sally and Lisa are running those. Firstly, just as a general introduction, do you want to just let people know who you are and what it is you do? Lisa, do you want to go first?
Yes, certainly. Good morning, Ian. Good morning, Sally. So my name is Lisa Gibbard. Excuse me. I'm a virtual PA for Gibbard Associates. My home chapter is Coastal in Southend, where I've been there now for I think about 4 years it is. I'm also a director consultant for BNI, where I launch groups. 2 years ago, I launched A to Z in Binnericay. This year, I launched Saxons in Malden, and I've just helped Sally finalise Fusion in Wickford. So, yeah, that's me.
So you're a launch queen.
Yeah, okay. If I can have a crown.
I'll get you a crown.
Sally?
So I'm Sally Hargraves. I've been a BNI member for around 9 years, just over 9 years, I think. I have been on the support team, looking after various chapters, and Fusion was my first launch. And my own business is Forever Living Products.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, visitor inviting clinics, what are they all about? What can I expect? What can I anticipate when I come along to a visitor inviting clinic, apart from seeing one of you guys?
So first of all, I'd just like to say the reason we set up these visitor inviting clinics is because clearly Sally and I are launch DCs. So if we could get our members from core groups to attend and start inviting people, then it would help the group for us both, for each of our groups. But it just gives you the opportunity, because whilst you're in launch, we need to have as many visitors as we possibly can, so that we can get the group to 22, so that we can launch and become an actual BNI chapter. So for me and Sally, selfishly, we wanted to get as many of our core group members there and inviting visitors. So we get as many visitors as we possibly can to our core groups, which means we are closer to launch. Sally, do you want to explain?
Yeah. So members that are in existing chapters, visitors are still key. So members that are in chapters that have been running for a while, visitors are key. Obviously helps the chapter meeting. You potentially will grow, although that's not the expectation on a visitor. You know, we just want visitors to come along because it raises the energy in the room, da-di-da, all that kind of thing. And each BNI member is expected to do a BNI power hour, like an hour for their chapter. And core group members are expected to do an hour's inviting per week. So why not put one of the clinics in your diary? That way you can do your inviting when you're with other people. So it's not a training, it's a doing. But Lisa or I are on hand to give you scripts, to say, do you want to, you know, do you know what to say? Do you know all the details? If you're not inviting your friends and family anymore because you've exhausted them, we'll give you ideas of where to go from there. And it's also a bit of fun as well. And you get to introduce your business. So I was on Lisa's one yesterday, and somebody got a referral out of it, didn't they? Because there was one person on that needed the services of another person.
Fantastic.
So it's a bit of everything, really.
And you know what? It's nice doing it with people, because sometimes if you're in the office on your own, it's very lonely, and you know, you're going to come across these things where if I invite a visitor and they're going to ask me a question, it's almost like, oh, I don't know the answer. Whereas if you're doing it together, so for instance, yesterday there were 6 of us on, Sally, wasn't there? So, and it was just nice. We had a bit of fun. We was able to answer questions. One lady, she wanted some help with LinkedIn, so we was able to explain to her how you can refine your search and little bits like that. it's just a nice way of doing your power hour. And also, let's remember, this visitor clinics actually go down as a CEU for your own BNI stats. So it's, you know, it's very valuable time to come onto these clinics.
Yep.
So it's really just enabling members to have that focused time where they can invite, and because yeah, I've found occasionally sort of like the whole inviting process, and you get lots of no's, and so it can be quite demotivating, and it's very easy therefore to, oh well, I'm gonna park that for now, and I'm just gonna get on with something else, and so on. And before you know it, you don't get back to it, and it just doesn't get done. Whereas at least there's that accountability, isn't there, in terms of
Yeah, massively. And also, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, we are, these are open to actual fully established chapters, but for me, if I was actually a member of a core group and 5 other people had a visitor and I was the only one that didn't, I would be a little bit miffed by that, because you're going to stand out from not having one. So again, it's the accountability, isn't it? You know, this is what we should all be doing. So why don't we have a little bit of fun with other people on Zoom? Sally and myself will be there at all 3 of the clinics each week, just so that we could, you know, help, advice and support. Literally.
If you put one in your diary, so I think every single member is probably sitting there on a Monday going, I'm definitely going to invite some visitors this week. I'm definitely going to invite some visitors this week. I feel really bad. Other people have had them. I haven't. And then we're all busy. We run our own businesses. That's our priority. So you think to yourself, right, I'll do some visitor inviting this afternoon and something comes up. Whereas if you put this hour in your diary, you're marketing your business. So you get your 20 seconds, have your Zoom background behind you, everything like that. But B, it's actually in your diary. I think you're much more likely to actually get it done. So there's one on a Tuesday, 10 to 11, 8 till 9 on a Wednesday, and then 1 till 2 on a Thursday. So we're trying to do them at different times of the day to suit everyone. And yeah, just whichever one, you know, because obviously some people can't do early mornings, some people it's better for early mornings. Put one in your diary. And then if you put it in your diary for every single week, if you attend 2 out of 4, then you're getting somewhere, aren't you? And yeah, I just think you've got more chance of actually inviting. I think everybody wants to, but things get in the way, don't they? And those people that are really nervous and don't know where to start with inviting, they should definitely be on, because we can just give you some ideas. And even if you only send 5 invites, brilliant. You've started, job done.
And 5 is better than none.
Have you got any sort of like success stories of things that have happened? I mean, I know some people that have kind of actually got visitors as a result of the
we've definitely had visitors that have then joined, haven't we? And
100%.
we've
actually joined as well. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and
100%.
and also people, yes, you're right, Ian, you 100% you get loads of no's, but that's the nature of the game, isn't it, really? But we get people that have got confirmed visitors by the end of that clinic, and that's brilliant. That's a real win for us, isn't it? So yeah, and we are trying to track the stats, aren't we? I just think if people get a yes while they're on the clinic, we know straight away. I think if people get a yes after the clinic, I don't know if that's actually getting back to us.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people have got back to me in the early days. To be honest, maybe we need to ask them more to sort of feedback. But I do know there was a gentleman, I think it might have been Spirit of Business, and you might be able to confirm this for me, but I don't know. He actually made a phone call while he was on Zoom one day. Sally, you wasn't there. So we all listened to him on how he made the phone call, because he'd had such success with it in the past. And then what happened is the guy agreed to come. He was a tradesman. And then he actually called him back just to finalise a couple of questions whilst we were still on the visitor clinic. He came the following week and he actually joined.
Yeah.
So you know, it just goes to show, yes, it's a numbers game, but don't give up. Don't give up.
So a slightly different success story. So I did some visitor inviting for my home chapter on a clinic. The lady came along, way too busy to join, but gave 3 referrals to the room, including one for me.
Wow.
So that's another win, isn't it? Because we're not inviting them to join. If they join, fantastic. If they come along and don't give referrals, that's fine. You've still got a visitor. But if they come along and give referrals to the room, how much are your fellow members going to love you that week?
That's what it's all about, isn't it? Like you say, it's not about them joining. It's about, you know, it's another connection, isn't it? Another introducer.
Yeah.
It just adds to your credibility within the chapter, doesn't it? If you're being seen there to get visitors along and that sort of thing, isn't it?
And you've got a contribution.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's quite hard to find referrals, isn't it? So if you've got a visitor there, you've got a contribution for the week. You can virtually stand up or stand up during your contribution round, being proud for 1 week, can't you?
So I'm a lot clearer, and I hope those people that have watched are a lot clearer in terms of what's actually involved and so on and so forth. And you'll get loads of people as a result coming along. On behalf of the region, BNI and so on and so forth, I would like to just thank you both for the work that you do on this, because it is really, really valuable, and you know, you're really giving something back and helping members, and I know there's a lot of people that really appreciate that, and so thank you very much for everything that you do. It's really appreciated.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming along.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Have a good day. Take care.
And you take care.